It's Madden NFL 24, and we'll see Isaiah Pacheco. He's coming off a historic game, topping Adrian Peterson's 2007 mark of 296 rushing yards. It's the Chiefs and the Chargers, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
A month or two from now, the chilly hand of winter will certainly seize upon the Midwest, but for now, it's a great afternoon for football at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Today, we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7, as it'll be the LA Chargers taking on the defending Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So the Charger offense making its way out, and at the controls is the league's second leading passer a year ago. At 25 years of age, out of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well. Won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick, and they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Man, confidence builder for them, and an absolute shock for the quarterback, because he went into it, he saw the numbers we saw, he watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A man who re-signed with the Chiefs back in May. Here's Jerick McKinnon. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. When you talk about the defense for these Chargers, they played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Butker's kick here is good, and the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a 2nd one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
The numbers for him from a week ago. 25 carries, 115 yards, and a touchdown. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
And the way they ran the ball last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
Herbert working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 48-yard line. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. On 1st down, it's Herbert. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again. Herbert operating from the red zone. Working the middle here. That's complete to Everett, the tight end. Touchdown! Gerald Everett, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have. You absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the 2nd drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. On 1st down, they go back to Pacheco. Pushes past him. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another big gain or 2 in succession as this one goes for 32. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Pacheco once again. And able to get this to the 31. The Chiefs sitting at a very solid 4-2 record through the first 6 weeks. They come in playing pretty good football, winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. And now the red flag out on the field. We'll have a challenge forthcoming. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. 2nd and goal from the 1. Pacheco is into the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City.
2 good drives on their first 2 possessions. Remember, the first wound up in a field goal, but we all know field goals aren't going to cut it in the NFL. So they're not going to be denied here, and they wind up punching this one into the end zone.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. 3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces because they've got some new faces from a year ago and in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
Now Herbert. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, 65 yards. And the Chargers are once again back in front. They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A 2-play drive.
What did we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead is now 14-10. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. And we see James. He will now return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. The second quarter from KC. It's the Chiefs in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Give all that credit defensively to Khalil Mack. A great stop in the backfield. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Mahomes' throw here complete to Kelsey. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First catch on that one for Kelsey, and it's a 1st down. Here's Pacheco headed right. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It was Joey Bosa working his way in to bust that one up. Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down. Shrugs him off. And he's going to ball his way forward to the 48.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a 1st down as he stopped at the 48.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line.
And sneak attack. They're going to run for it. Able to fight through one tackle. Shrugs him with a stiff arm. And the gamble pays off. They get the 1st. That one good for 17 yards on 4th. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. 1st down. So they snap it straight to the up man. What's his responsibility? Normally, obviously, just to protect, but he's got to be a guy that can be pretty agile too, right?
Yeah, without a doubt, because you're talking about a guy, even in protection, he may have to slide up and down the line of scrimmage to pick up someone who comes through trying to block a punt. So you know he's got that ability to move. But oftentimes it's usually a running back, a fullback, someone who's used to having the ball in their hands, and he's able to pick up the 1st down.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Pacheco gets it up the gut. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The LA defense up the snuff in coverage there. Pushes this to 4th down. So on 4th down, Mahomes off. Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. Butker's kick here is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw taken in by Palmer. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively, getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That's a gain of 31 with right around 1 minute to go in the quarter.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
An opening there on that 1st down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2. Here again is McKinnon. Runs through the contact. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. So we have reached halftime. Intermission with the visiting Chargers on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with the second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Super Bowl champs trailing here, but they will get the ball first to begin quarter number 3. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And finally, he's taken down at the 18. Hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. And boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And he's brought down. 80 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ballgame.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start to messes up in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
They'll run here with Pacheco. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. They'll try and run it here. And he will dive into the end zone, and the two-point conversion is successful. And they're able to ground it in there on the two-point try. And you and I were talking before the game. The two-point conversions from the 15-16 season, what has changed, what hasn't changed, partner?
Yeah, I'll tell you what's changed is just your normal strategy, because now you're either kicking the football with the ball on the 15-yard line, or if you decide to go for two, they put it on the 2-yard line. So what are you thinking as a coach? Do I risk it? Do I go for it here? Do I try and gain a strategic advantage and maybe go for too early? That's what people are wondering about.
Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at the 20. He'll hand off here to Eckler. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, Herbert. That's caught right side by Palmer. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Oh, boy, kind of hold your breath here, because Justin Herbert, he appears to be in some discomfort after that last play. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Here's James returning. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. Isaiah Pacheco and the offense back out. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to, just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock. But barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
And he will have the Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper. Now 2nd and 3. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. Again, it's Pacheco. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco with his 3rd touchdown of the ball game, number 12 on the season. And the Chiefs have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead now up to 14. That time a 6-play drive. And to cap it off, a touchdown run of 20 yards. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here. There he goes, right side. Now he's loose at the 40. Austin Eckler. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. 104 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Eckler going to be stopped before he can get moving forward as he'll lose a couple back to the 5-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So with a 4th and goal looming, we hit the end of 3 quarters of play. We're back now in KC. It's Charger football, but they trail here as we get going in quarter number 4. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Being chased out left. And that'll be incomplete with the penalty marker down as well. And I think he was beyond the line of scrimmage when that ball left his hand. Yeah, we kind of sensed that one. He got a little too far forward before throwing, and that one will set them back.
And remember, the NFL level, being aware of where the line of scrimmage is crucial. And here's the other part. Any part of the quarterback's body that's near that line of scrimmage, he's going to get the benefit of the doubt. So he was clearly over the line.
And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. They run it with Pacheco from the gun. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have the Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A give right side for Pacheco. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. On the handoff, it's Pacheco. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They felt they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. In motion right is Tony. Now here's a fake on the jet sweep as they'll go instead with Pacheco. Down to the 25. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. This to make it a 3-score game late. Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Here's Darius Davis on the return. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll get with just under 90 seconds remaining. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. James now to return it. Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Yeah, boy, it is tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. 2nd down. This 2nd and 4. Here's Mahomes now on the option right. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, 57 yards. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
Butker now to add the extra point. And the lead is now 24. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And a pretty good run there in the end to top it off. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. Returnable here for Davis. And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And I believe he was able to get this back. He was. Boy, after giving up the touchdown, lucky that didn't turn into another. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. To throw is Duggan. He's going to let it fly. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
He's got this to Williams, complete. Somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because a game